Welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. So happy to welcome from Vine of Life, Nicole Young and her husband Nathan Young. And then joining us from Abby Johnson's office is Leah Jacobson. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, we've got a lot of reasons to be here, don't we? First of all, Nicole, you contacted me some time ago about Vine of Life. So just real quickly, what is it that you do? What is Vine of Life in that ministry?
Vine of Life started way back in 24 years ago. I started off just an Amish midwife, delivering a lot of Amish babies, and then it grew into doing English as well. We mainly did births at home, and way back when, God gave me a vision of this birth center. And I knew it was going to happen, and I knew it was going to be a big ministry, but I just didn't know when. So I just waited on the timing of everything. So then it developed into training. And I got a vision for the fact that we really need to train other midwives in the art of midwifery and women care and, family-focused care. So we started doing that, and we just lather them in love and pamper them. I mean, we have massage therapists, chefs that come to the births. We, love on them, help the husband how to help his wife. So we've really just taken back birth and making it the women-centered and family-centered birth and that baby-centered birth where we treat them all very lovingly. Mm-hmm. And then it developed into training midwives and doulas in our area, and we just have a force of women. I have 20 women I'm training simultaneously now off and on at different births. So I still do deliveries at home, and we're looking to have the birth center then, and then move all of us in there with doctors and CNMs and CPMs and building a bridge between the medical community and the natural community, which is something that's never been done here.
No, that has never been
done.
What is the difference really between having a baby at home or having a baby in the hospital? What are the benefits of a home birth?
The main reason why people choose this is because they may have natural mindsets about birth and that, let it occur naturally, not being managed in any way. So we really let the mom have her control back. We let her birth in the position she wants to birth in. If she wants to birth in a water tub, she births in a water tub. Everything is very safe and clean and done well, but that woman and that family is in charge of how this all kind of goes. And we kind of facilitate a healthy, monitor heart tones, make sure that baby is safe in there. Also, we facilitate transfer to the hospital and go with them to support them and advocate for them if we go there, but we work with the staff. Mm-hmm. And since we're being professional, come in with knowledge, not bringing in bad cases to them where mom and baby are still really in good shape, then we have good relationships built with the medical community, and then it ends up being safe all the way around. But it gives moms a choice. Not everybody wants to birth at home, and I get that. Some people really want a safe facility, but yet want the same kind of choices that you have at home, where you're in control.
You want it to feel like you're at home.
You want to feel like you're at home, but you want to be in the safety of knowing there's a doctor down the hall.
Just in case something goes wrong.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to do.
You're going to merge the best of both worlds then.
In one place.
My goodness. All right. How is this coming along? This has been a dream for some time.
Yes, it is. It's been a long dream. And I believe that Abby Johnson, Leah, and Elise that I've been working with, we're working together to make this happen. And other states are doing it too. They're seeing this need. Mm-hmm. So we're not the only place.
Nathan, your part in all of this
is?
Yes.
Big part.
I carry the bags. I set up the pools.
He does a lot more than that. He does all the paperwork.
Very important.
Yeah,
I
all
drive.
the administrative.
There has to be.
It's her dream. It's my wish to see her dream be fulfilled. So that's where I am in this. And I do notice that the fathers, the men, they, the old TV picture of the guy waiting outside and he gets a cigar, but he's in the hospital hall, and
he's not in there.
Is such a completely different picture than seeing these entire families in the house while their loved one gives birth. My eyes were open to it, when I met her, and I just can't believe the difference in just the joy and the family event of it.
Just the difference between my first and second baby, between having a delivery room and having a birthing suite, was night and day.
It is.
Two completely different experiences. So I'm thinking what you're talking about really is
warm.
Is warm and feeling like
inviting.
Home.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, Leah, you join us because you are working with Abby Johnson. Now, we said that name very quickly. Some people, I don't know who they would be. They must be have been out of town for a while or off the planet for a while. would not know the name Abby Johnson, remind us her story, please.
Sure. Abby Johnson, well, Abby's one of my dearest friends to begin with. So to me, she's just a really amazing wife and mother. But she's known better as a pro-life advocate. In 2009, Abby was one of the youngest Planned Parenthood directors in the country. She ran the Planned Parenthood in Bryan, College Station, Texas. And she witnessed, after working there for 8 years, she witnessed her first ultrasound-guided abortion. And up until that point, she had never really understood the issue of abortion as clearly as she did when she saw that baby struggling for his life. And so she had an instantaneous conversion to the pro-life movement, left Planned Parenthood. Very quickly, Planned Parenthood tried to put a gag on Abby to prevent her from speaking, which tends to backfire with a woman like Abby, and it backfired massively.
Yeah. Yep. Yes. What year are we talking about, Leah?
That was in 2009 is when Abby first left Planned Parenthood.
Wow. And from that moment, I mean, as she was in that room, they knew we've lost her, right? I mean, she left and left, yes?
Well, she went back to her office that day, and this is all detailed in great detail in her book. She wrote a book just a few years after she left Planned Parenthood. She published a book called Unplanned, which shares her story in great depth. But she went back to her office after witnessing that abortion and just said, I need to get out of here. And she left the office and drove across the street over to the Coalition for Life office.
Immediately.
And said, I need to get out of here. I need to be done. And so the next day, then, she left her position there and sent Planned Parenthood into a panic.
Now, I wonder about the Coalition for Life office getting this unexpected visitor coming through their doors, because this was someone who was not just a director of Planned Parenthood, the youngest director of Planned Parenthood of a facility, and had been Employee of the Year, right? Do I remember this right?
Yes.
Yeah, she was. She was Employee of the Year before. And so she was honored at the highest level. She met Hillary Clinton. She met Cecile Richards. She was their golden girl.
Absolutely. So did they receive her, or did they think this is some kind of hoax, or is something up? Is something funny going on here? Did they?
It's really funny because I've become very good friends, very close personal friends with two of the women who were in the office that day, Heather and Karen. And Karen's response to Abby coming in was open arms, didn't even question her, said, here's my cell phone number, you call me. Now, Heather's response on the other side was, what are you giving her your number for?
We're being set up.
Yeah, we're being set up. This is a Trojan horse.
It's what it would seem. I mean, this is one of those biblical stories, you know? It's that kind of a conversion, that kind of a road to Damascus kind of moment. Yes. The book Unplanned now has been turned into a movie, and we're all very excited. How close has Abby been working with the people as they put together this motion picture?
Oh, incredibly close. So this movie has been a few years in the works. Those of us that have been very close with Abby and followed this story, this has been it's been in progress for quite a while. They actually finished up filming it last May in Oklahoma, and so most of us were able at some point to be on set to witness the filming. And Abby was there for most of the filming, quite a bit of it. She oversaw it personally, kind of gave the directors, were very open to her suggestions, and they wanted to know, is this accurate? Is this really how it happened? And so there were scenes that were rewritten as they were being filmed just to make sure that it was accurate to what she actually experienced.
So they're not Hollywooding it up at all. They're not taking poetic license in any of it. They're keeping it truly to what happened. What we see is really the way it was. That's what you're saying?
It's about as close as you can fit an entire, there's a few years that have to fit into an hour and a half long film. And so, there's condensations at some points, but everything that's in this movie happened.
Sometimes actors take a job because it's a job, and their heart's not necessarily in it. They're acting. That's what they do for a living. How much of an impact did her story have on the actors as they were portraying these people?
Oh, tremendous. And in fact, the woman who was chosen to play Abby, Ashley, she found out about her story as she was on set. She didn't realize that she almost had been the victim to an abortion herself. And that was something that she didn't know until her fourth day on the set when she called her mom to tell her this new project that she was involved with. And her mother confessed to her that she had been on the table in the abortion clinic, but that a nurse had walked in, and the nurse was heavily pregnant, and that it just shook her mother so badly that she got up and ran out of the clinic. And that's the lead actress of this film, Ashley Brachter.
And
so that
did not know that story until she was telling her mom, here's this movie I'm going to be in.
She didn't know it. And so then she called her father to confirm the story because she just couldn't believe it.
Right.
And he confirmed it, and he had shared, we didn't want to tell you, but, I had pawned a family heirloom to pay for this abortion, and it was a shotgun. It was a family shotgun he pawned to pay for the abortion. And so she said it shook her to realize that her life was the value of a shotgun.
Isn't it just amazing the way God works? That is the actress that would be playing Abby Johnson, and that she would have her own story. I mean, there's another movie right there.
Oh, yes, there is.
That is incredible. Leah, for you, how was this, the whole movie-making process and being involved with it? How was that, your own experience?
To me, I was never really close to a Hollywood film before. I've never seen what goes into it, and I've been in awe watching just all the prayer that has been surrounding this film from the point where they were, adopting the screenplay, they were writing it, to actually choosing where the sets would be built and choosing where the filming would be. Every step of it has been covered by prayer teams, and even just being on set, they had a dedicated prayer team on set every day, just praying every hour that the filming was happening. And so I know that's not a typical Hollywood movie.
That does not always happen, no.
Nope, that's not usually what happens.
But that is pretty awesome that's what's happened this time. I think that will come through, won't it? This will be an anointed film. This will change lives. Here's one question, and a reason that I think it's going to change a lot of lives. The R rating. What is up with that?
Yes.
Honestly, none of us were very surprised by that because this movie doesn't sugarcoat abortion. Abby herself had 2 abortions prior to leaving Planned Parenthood, and her own abortion experience of, having a chemical abortion where she went home and delivered the baby was, it was shocking to her at how painful and just how bloody it was. And so that scene is portrayed in this movie in such reality that an R rating wasn't surprising, because if you understand that there was a life lost in this procedure, there's no way that you could rate it anything other than R. This is murder. And so for the fact that Hollywood recognized it in this situation and didn't just laugh it off, didn't just make it a joke, as it most often does, it shows that this movie is successful in portraying abortion for what it really is.
So Hollywood is basically saying abortion is very violent.
Too violent.
It helps make the point.
It does. They actually are driving the point home.
Yes, they are.
I also think, we all know teenagers go to R-rated movies. I think this might be almost enticing for some people to see it who really need to see it. What do you think of that statement? Agree, disagree?
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It's going to backfire on them, isn't it?
It is.
There's going to be more people seeing it than otherwise. Yeah. I'm looking at the clock, and there's so many things I want to ask you. Do you know when Unplanned opens in area local theaters, when it's coming?
Well,
nationwide it opens the 29th in regular theaters that are carrying it, but I think you guys got an early showing, if I'm correct,
yes,
Nicole.
March 28th at 7 p.m. at Tinseltown is going to be our red carpet showing.
Awesome. All right. Who's going to be there for the red carpet?
Well, we'll be there.
You
Me
will.
and my team. Yeah, we'll be. They're not going to be coming unless we're having the black tie, which we'll be on here again, probably talking about the black tie.
And we're going to give a little bit of an hors d'oeuvre about that too, a little bit later too. So, all right, we do need to take a short break. Say that again. It's at Tinseltown.
In
North
March
Canton.
28th. Yeah, March 28th in North Canton at 7 p.m. And we'll have tickets on the website guidingstarakroncanton.com, and you can just order tickets there. And there'll be information on the website here. Give us a day or or so. We're getting everything, processed and on there. It was just kind of a lot to put together, but we got it together. And, we'll have, different giveaways and things like that there. We're trying to make it a really nice event and really support the Unplanned mission.
I love how this has all come together. It's almost like we had a plan, Okay.
Yeah, God had a plan. He had a big plan.
Certainly did. We need to take a short break. We'll be back after these words. You're listening to Our Community.